How does the world around us work, and what is real? These questions are not only central to scientific and philosophical discourse, but have been circulating since the dawn of human consciousness. Is there a physical reality that is independent of us? Does objective reality exist at all, or is the structure of everything, including space and time, created by the perceptions of those observing it? When we think about reality, we often assume that what we see, hear, and experience is an accurate reflection of the world around us. However, two different fields of study, neuroscience and philosophy, offer different perspectives on the nature of reality and how we perceive it. Neuroscience tells us that our brain creates our reality. It takes an input from our senses and creates a model of the world we experience. This model is what we call reality. Our brains use this model to make predictions about what will happen next based on past experiences and sensory input. But how accurate is this model of reality? Is it possible that our brains are creating a distorted version of the world around us? Research suggests that our perceptions are not always reliable, and our brains can be easily tricked, as demonstrated by optical illusions. On the other hand, philosophy tells us that reality is something that exists independently of our minds. It exists outside our brains and can be known through reason and observation. According to this view, reality is objective and exists whether or not we are there to perceive it. However, this raises the question of how we can know anything about reality if we rely on our fallible senses. This is a central problem in philosophy known as the problem of knowledge. One possible resolution to this problem is to rely on reason and logic to understand reality. By using reason and observation, we can arrive at conclusions about the nature of reality that are not dependent on our subjective perceptions. However, even this approach is not foolproof, as our reasoning abilities can be flawed, and our observations can be influenced by preconceptions and biases. So where does this leave us in our understanding of reality? It seems that neither neuroscience nor philosophy offers a complete picture of how we perceive the world around us. The truth may lie somewhere in between, a combination of our sensory input, cognitive processes, and reasoning abilities. The distinction between things in themselves and things as they appear has troubled philosophers for years. This question is relevant to modern physics, specifically the story of quantum theory. Since its inception in the 1920s, quantum theory has raised questions about the true nature of physical reality. The discovery that atomic and subatomic particles exhibit both localized particle-like properties and delocalized wave-like properties has sparked a debate about what we can and can't know about the true nature of reality. Parmenides, one of the greatest pre-Socratic thinkers, argued that the world we see is an illusion, and the real nature of the world is unavailable to our senses but accessible through reason. He contended that our senses are useless when looking for truth, proposing that physical reality is not real. This notion leads to the question, what does it mean for us if the physical reality is not real? The quest for a description of the infinitesimal and the search for the smallest building blocks of reality led to the development of quantum mechanics. Niels Bohr described the atom as consisting of a positively charged atomic nucleus with negatively charged electrons orbiting around it, revealing a fundamentally different world at the microscopic level. The fundamental building blocks of the cosmos go beyond particles, extending to the fabric of space and time itself. Einstein's theory of general relativity posits that space and time are intertwined, forming a unified four-dimensional fabric known as spacetime. This framework suggests that the universe is not just made up of particles moving through space, but is a dynamic interplay between matter and the curvature of spacetime. Yet, scientists have proposed different thoughts about the actual building blocks of the cosmos. Information theory gained popularity, suggesting that reality is made of information. Information, defined as a measure of uncertainty in a system, plays a central role in quantum mechanics, where the act of measurement can fundamentally alter a quantum system's state. The holographic principle posits that information may be the fabric of spacetime, encoding a three-dimensional space onto a two-dimensional surface. The idea that information is the basic building block of reality is supported by recent advancements in quantum computing, where information can be encoded in individual particles manipulated for complex calculations. This suggests that the universe may function as a quantum computer, with each particle acting as a bit of information. The brain's role in shaping our perception of reality is evident in optical illusions and cognitive processes. Our brains can be deceived by simple visual stimuli, highlighting the fallibility of our perceptions. The brain creates a model of reality based on sensory input, but the accuracy of this model is questionable. Philosophy contends that reality exists independently of our minds, and reason and observation can lead us to understand it. However, the problem of knowledge arises when we consider the reliance on fallible senses. The search for truth may involve using reason and logic, but these approaches are not foolproof, as biases can influence observations. The quest for understanding reality extends to the frontiers of quantum physics, where debates about the true nature of physical reality have persisted since the inception of quantum theory in the 1920s. Parmenides' idea that the world we see is an illusion continues to resonate, challenging our perception of reality. The Nobel Prize-winning experiment of 2022 revealed that particles lack definite properties prior to measurement, challenging the assumptions of local realism. Quantum entanglement, where particles remain connected regardless of distance, contradicts local realism and Einstein's theory of relativity. Consciousness adds another layer to the exploration of reality. Our consciousness filters and interprets sensory information based on past experiences, biases, and beliefs, creating a subjective construct of reality. The origin of consciousness raises questions about its relationship with the physical processes of the brain. Theories propose that consciousness arises from the integrated information processing in the brain, with each neuron contributing to the overall pattern of activity. However, the question of whether all organisms possess consciousness remains unanswered. The existence of consciousness defies natural laws governing particles and energy, and its evolutionary advantages are unclear. The video delves into the philosophical concept of consciousness, exploring different perspectives on its nature and origin. William James' metaphor of consciousness as a stream emphasizes its continuous and dynamic nature. Theories suggest that consciousness emerges from the complex interactions between neurons, challenging the idea that specific brain regions give rise to it. The mystery of consciousness deepens as questions about its origin and purpose persist. The video acknowledges that while theories propose explanations for consciousness, the fundamental questions remain unanswered. The notion of living in a simulated universe, popularized by science fiction, has gained traction in the scientific community. Nick Bostrom's simulation theory posits that if advanced civilizations can run numerous detailed simulations, the likelihood is that we are among the simulated minds. Figures like Elon Musk and Neil deGrasse Tyson have expressed openness to the possibility of living in a simulation. The simulated universe hypothesis prompts questions about the nature of existence, free will, and the identity of the original programmer. While some argue that there is no empirical evidence to support the simulation argument, others find it a compelling concept that challenges our understanding of reality. The video concludes by emphasizing the importance of approaching the simulation argument with skepticism and humility. While the concept is intriguing, it requires further exploration and consideration. The ultimate quest for understanding reality encourages an open-minded approach, pushing the boundaries of technology and science. The video ends by encouraging viewers to keep asking questions, exploring the mysteries of the world, and striving to uncover the truth. It acknowledges the captivating and mysterious nature of the simulation argument and the challenges it poses to our understanding of the universe and ourselves. While definitive answers may be elusive, the pursuit of knowledge remains a vital and ongoing endeavor.